Hello everyone, you are welcome to iPlus Academy. My name is Olanipekun Oluwagbenga and I'm the CEO of iPlus Academy. We are going to be looking at questions from the GCE just written before COVID-19, WASSCE 2020. And this will be an eye-opener for the exam that you are going to be writing soon in the May-June that have been postponed to August. Now let's solve them in series from question 1A. Now the question says two fractions have the same denominator, 8. The sum of the two fractions is half. If one of the fractions is added to 5 times the other, the result is 2. Now the first thing we are going to look at here is fraction. And what are fractions? Fractions are numbers, usually in form of A over B. We call this numerator and we call this denominator. Very good. But the question says, let the two fractions have the same denominator. So the first thing you say, let the fractions, that is the first thing you say, so that I can get your full mark. Let the fractions be anything of your choice, but they have the same denominator. So A over 8 and what? B over 8. So they have the same denominator. But the sum of the two fractions, the question says, is half. Now, what does that imply? It means that A over 8 plus B over 8 equals half. Now, we can form equation 1 from here. How? The LCM here is 8. 8 goes in 8, you get 1 times A. 8 goes in 8, you get 1 times B. I assume that you can now solve fractions very well. You know the LCM, how to solve LCM. So in this case, if you cross multiply, that becomes 2 times A, that becomes 2A plus 2B equals to 8 times 1, and that is 8. We can reduce this further. 2 is common, so we have 2 into A plus B equals to 8. And if I divide both sides by 2, I'll be having a very good equation to be what? A plus B equals 4. And that is our equation 1. Now let's go back to the question to see what we have. If one of the fractions is added to 5 times the other, the result is 2. Look at that. So the question means that what? One of the fractions, that is, let's say 1 over 8, one of the fractions, when added to 5 times the other one, question says that what? The result is 2. So we can now have A over 8, look at that, plus 5B over 8 equals to 2. We can do the same. The LCM here is 8, right? Good. So we have 8. 8 in 8 is 1. 1 times A, we have A. Plus 8 in 8 is 1. 1 times 5B, we have 5B equals to 2. In the same vein, we can cross multiply. So we have A plus 5B equals 8 times 2. That gives us 16. So in this case, we have equation 2. Now, solving equation 1 and equation 2 simultaneously. So let's bring them together so that we can use elimination method. A plus B equals to 4. This is our equation 1. Very good. Then we have A plus 5B equals to what? 16, equation 2. Now, what do you think is easier to eliminate? We can eliminate A because they have the same coefficient of 1 and they have plus sign. Anytime they have the same sign, you subtract. Look at that, same, S subtract. Is that okay? Subtract. So let's subtract a minus a, that gives us 0. 5b minus b, that gives us 4b, equals 16 minus 4, that will give us 12. So that when we divide both sides by 4, our b will be giving us what? 3. So we have got our b to be 3. Now the next thing is to get a. You say substitute b for 3 in equation anyone. The best equation that is very easy is equation 1, and that is just a plus b equals 4. So having known b, so we have a plus 3 equals to 4, such that a equals 4 minus 3, and that equals to what? That is equals to 1. So 4 minus 3 will give us 1. So we have finally got our a to be 1 and our b to be 3. The question says what? Find, look at that, find the two fractions. So the two fractions will now be what? From what we said before, will now be, remember we said that a over 8 and what? B over 8. So the two fractions are now 1 over 8 and what? 3 over 8. In our next video, we are going to be solving question 1b from WASSCE 2020 GCE February.